Other than that, we gave him bigger claws because a creature of that size would naturally be a predator.
It's the same Godzilla. The fans will still think he's the same Godzilla. He hasn't changed much, but the super fans will probably notice the small incremental changes we've made just to sort of make him look a little tougher, because the Mutos were a tough enemy. That was just him warming up. That was Godzilla stretching. Like, this time he's really got an enemy to face, and he's bulked up a little bit for it as well.
I mean, Godzilla's pretty tired. I mean, he hasn't had a chance to really slow down this entire movie. I mean, presumably he's been swimming around and, you know, going nuts in the ocean when he's not on screen. And so when Mechagodzilla comes out, they just...
I think that's kind of like the evolution he has. He has a different biolume, like I was mentioning, biolume signature, where in this movie, because his atomic breath is so intense, in the previous movie, he used it more as a very short distance, right? And because in this movie, he's using it like to drill in the ground. And so you see a lot more of his internal glowing. So we build like a skeleton and a vein system. I think that was shared with the scanline as well. It's, you know, the MPC was the designer of the, you know, the Godzilla as we know it right now. I think it was 2014, the Gareth Edwards one. So I think in that movie, we were kind of like introducing the look for the atomic beam, right? And his surge. You know, he gets that biolume look, and then in the what's the one after Godzilla, King of Monsters? Then he had some different levels of biolume. So I think for our movie, what we do is like, well, because the resolution was much higher than the previous movie, it was close to 4K. So, you know, we always try to keep the asset up to date. So we're using like the latest like muscle system. And, you know, the latest, you know, the texture work, we've redone like the close-up for the eyes and stuff like this. So the asset always gets improved, you know. We also, for this movie, we reworked the atomic beam looks quite different because we had to do shots where Kong is super far away. So he's using his beam less of a blast, but it's more like a sniper, right? So it has more of like a laser core. So I thought that, you know, for scale and for accuracy, the look of the beam should be more precise, less fiery, a bit more like plasma. So that's something that we rework quite a bit. I was working in environment back then. It was like an environment lead. So, but I remember when the first Godzilla was made, I think over the years, what we're adding to him was a bit like Kong from Skull Island. You know, Kong changed a bit, and Godzilla, he has a bit more scar. He has a bit more, you know, his fins are getting a bit more, not erosion, but scratches. I mean, more like exposed. And you also have a bit more, what it's called, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's barnacles. You know, the little, seashell that gets stuck, you know, to stuff to him. So